Hello, everybody. The lighting is all bright and whatnot because it's a different type of day, but I'm out here with the Dowin PB Pro, and I was just thinking about how crazy it is that this fantastic hyper shoe that I got from the eastern lands of China was so good and yet somehow managed to get lost in the shuffle, and I didn't give it enough attention, and it's due screen time, partially because nobody seemed interested in it, but partially also because I had so many other things that I was testing at that exact period of time, trying to decide on a racing shoe and so forth. So today I am going to give it its due diligence and take it for a medium longish run, probably around 13, maybe 14, as today is Wednesday and it's a single day. So let's get to it. I really like the color of this house. It's very pretty, well put together. That's what my yard looks like. Yeah, it's weird. These shoes don't necessarily feel all that fast, but then you look down and you're realizing that you're going a lot faster than you thought you were. And I'm not going super fast right now, but maybe 10 to 15 seconds faster than I think I'm going. The fit is really easy to get dialed in. It feels like when you're just standing around, it feels like it does the negative drop thing. It feels like you're standing on your heels more than on your forefeet. But when you're running, obviously, it doesn't really feel like that. It definitely feels like a zero drop shoe, though. It's not, according to the stats, but it feels like it, which for me is completely not an issue. Oh, it's the skeletons again. Look at all these skeletons. They're spooking out. I went this way yesterday, but that's not actually the way I'm going. I'm trying to get some distance between me and my house so I could sort of just relax into the run. Sometimes I like to stay close to my house for daily paces or daily runs, anything under 10 miles really. I don't really want to travel super far because I know the run's going to be over so quickly anyways. There's no real point to it, I feel like. But when you're going even just slightly further, to me it makes sense to go on a little adventure as a result. That's what we're doing. This is already feeling super refreshing underfoot. It is the low drop that I'm really enjoying right now. I feel like I'm allowing myself to get back up on my calves and running in the Mega Blast as much as I've been doing. And as much as that doesn't fully feel like an 8mm drop shoe, it definitely loads my body the same. And it being so tall, which is another thing that I'm not used to, my stride doesn't get over the heel, and so I've been heel striking a lot in that, which is just not as natural to me. So something like this is more natural to me, and so it feels nice and different. Anything that's different for me often is a really nice sensation. If I've been feeling a lot of the same, I like to mix it up, get different sensations under your feet. Why else do we do this, you know? The diversity of life's great experience. I'm moving too fast for this early into the run. But that's what happens when you run in an uncompressed aliphatic TPU super hyper shoe weighing only 150 grams with a carbon fiber plate. You tend to go a little quicker than you should. Some other updates. I started to book hotels for my trip to Italy for the Florence Marathon, and I have a couple days in Rome, a couple days in Florence, and a day in Siena, where I studied abroad. And I have a friend coming with me, which I'm really grateful for, and also just excited about in general. It'll be cool to share such a wild adventure with somebody. Something that I'm noticing in this, that I actually have noticed in the Neo Zen, which is a TPU-based foam, is that over time in the Neo Zen, the foam started to compress and like meld and mold to my foot a little bit. And within the context of this run right now, the TPU in this is actually molding to my toes, and it feels kind of cool underneath my feet. It feels like my toes have their own little pockets that they're supposed to be in, and that adds to like stability a little bit, where I feel much more locked into the shoe. And I'm sure that's not like, hi, how you doing? I'm sure that's not like a design intention of the foam compound. I doubt it. It's a cool feature though. It also makes me wonder if like this is just going to compress really quick and become pretty unrunnable really quick. It doesn't feel like that, and it certainly hasn't been the case in the Neo Zen, although that's about 200 miles and it is starting to lose its bounce, but that's not too bad. It's a really windy day, so I don't know how the sound is coming through. That's why I've been not recording a super large amount of videos, but I'm on a slightly different path that I don't think I've showcased to you guys. We got some train tracks in the back, and I don't know really where I am. I mean, I know where I am in relation to my house. I don't know what this place is called. Train yard, ambulance store, something of the sort. There's a bunch of ambulances here. Hope nothing happened. I'm not feeling a totally 100% today. Just sort of stomach not feeling perfect, not bad, but just like a overall sluggishness and inspired. But these are the days. These are the days that make or break you. If you could perform at a reasonably high level on days like today where you just don't care, then you could perform on a high level on any day. You know the saying, like, you're only as strong as your weakest player on a team. Think of yourself as a team with yourself in the past and the future, and you are only ever as strong as the decisions that your past self has made, and that contributes to who your future self will become. So if today I chose to be weak, the sum total of me would incorporate weakness. I picked a bad road to run on. There's no sidewalk, no shoulder, nothing. I'm sure if I had to run in the countryside or the suburbs all day, I would make my peace with it. But one thing I really like about running in a city, even a small city like this, or maybe even especially a small city like Rochester, is that you get to go. I've never filmed this place. I've gone here like one other time. I barely know where I am. I don't know what its purpose is. It's a bunch of junk and, like, I don't know, post-industrial garbage and like factories, but it's really cool, and it all connects back to the city in some way. Like, I'll loop back around up here, and if I go left, I start going towards home, and you just loop these ever snaking roads into each other to create novelty every single day. And that is not something that I think is as easily achievable in the countryside or in the suburbs. Now, of course, you have a lot more uninterrupted running and a lot less danger in those places. Although that might not be true of the country. You know, there's bear and people with guns and cars going way faster than this. Like, I'd take running in a city for safety against cars over running in the country for sure, because even if you get hit by a car in the city, you could still live. But if you get hit by a car in the country, you're smooshed. All in New York. That marathon the other day really has me feeling like running more marathons. I've never felt so recovered so quickly after such a distance, and I feel really, I mean, today I'm not 100%, but on balance, for like, if you take into context of the effort that I put in a few days ago, and then the 20-mile double yesterday, like, I feel great with all that taken into account. I thought I had something stuck in my soul hole, but it was a leaf. I thought it was like a walnut or something much more impactful than a leaf. Today and yesterday have been such a weird transition. Yesterday was the rains and the rains for 12 plus hours in a row, and today it's cold. It looked warm when I first stepped outside, and it seemed warm in the sun, but I'm chilly now. So it's like the door was aggressively slammed in the face of summer. Which is funny because it's October 8th. We had summer until October 8th. But it feels like the transition is real now. I keep accidentally ingesting dairy. I mean, intentionally. But I forget exactly how bad it is for my system. I think it's something about the afternoon, too. It's like just digestion in general. It's really bad. There's no bathroom in sight. I just gotta keep going. Things we put ourselves through for glory. It's one of the things that separates the wise from the childish. Learning from your mistakes. If you learn quickly from your mistakes, if you take the hint that life is throwing you quickly, then you will exceed and excel, and you will do well. If you do not take the hint that life gives you, i.e. don't eat dairy, you're gonna shit yourself eventually. Or you're gonna walk every few meters, every few hundred meters, to prevent yourself from shitting yourself. So, learn your lessons carefully, and learn your lessons quickly. Alright, I made it. I'm gonna probably not come back out. I have a lot to do tonight, and I probably still need rest from the weekend. So you gotta listen to your body, you know? If your body is revolting against you, you gotta quell the revolution before they pull out the guillotines. So, this has been a chaotic run. I appreciate your attention, and stay in motion.